So today I'm filming outside, and I wanted to make it an outside video because you can relax and look at the beautiful landscape and hear what I have to say. So my thoughts at performance-based Christianity. And performance-based Christianity, if you don't know what that is, and if you think that you might be even in that, because I am, and for a long time I have been really impacted by performance-based Christianity, and I thought that that was the path to getting to God and living it. And performance-based Christianity is basically when you're trying to impress God with your performance, when you try to earn God's love, when you feel like you're never enough, and you try to go to that perfection. And here's my other dog. When you try to go to that perfection and reach that point, whatever that point is, of that good Christian. And I just wanted to say that I've been struggling with performance-based Christianity for a long time, and I still struggle with it, but not as much as before. So I have been searching for God for almost 3 years, and it started, I'm now 18, and it started at 15. And I've been always anxious, and I've been really depressed at 15. And then I started to search for God in hopes to help me. And I tried a lot of different things. I looked and watched a lot of Christian videos. I read the Bible. And always I had this approach, and I always been a perfectionist. And that perfectionism and my depression led me to thinking that God is this almighty God and this authority that I need to listen to, that I need to please, that I need to obey, that I have to reach up to, and it was just exhausting. And it was really exhausting because you try to reach a point that you can never reach. You try to reach perfectionism and being a good Christian because you can never be a good Christian because you're just a human being that's trying to follow Jesus. And it really got to me. And I've been living in that state for 3 years. And what I've been recently discovering is Jesus' love, like Jesus' unconditional love and acceptance. And that unconditional love and acceptance is just so freeing, because what we think is freedom is doing all those Christian stuff and going to church and praying 5 times a day or 3 times or as much as we can, like being in a Christian community, doing that Christian routine and basically being a good Christian. But we don't have to do that because Jesus never meant us to do that, and we constantly live in that state of fear and in hopes that we are going to reach God in some point and be that person that he wants and expect us to be. But I just wanted to say that Jesus doesn't expect anything from you. He just hopes that you come to him as you are in this moment and just be with him, just rest in him, and just immerse in that love, immerse in his love and be in that love, so you can share that love to others and be loved by him fully. And performance-based Christianity is really hard because a lot of Christians don't even realize they are under that influence, and they think that that is what Christianity is, that is what Jesus wants from them. And that's not true at all, because it's never going to give you freedom, because true freedom is in Jesus and resting in him and being immersed in his love. And what really touched me is that First John chapter 1, I think, it basically says perfect love casts out fear, and that perfect love casts out fear, and that we love him because he first loved us. And that's just so beautiful and freeing to me personally, and really hit me, because I've been living in that state of fear, of constant anxiety, of never being good enough for 3 years. And that chapter, that verse really impacted me, because you can't have fear if you're with God. Fear and God don't go hand to hand, because Jesus is peace, Jesus is freedom, Jesus is truth and love. And we can't have fear, because fear is not of God, because Jesus has and says almost 365 times in the Bible, do not be afraid. And we don't have to earn God's love. We don't have to constantly perform, to constantly do Christian things to earn his love, because he already loves us the way we are, the most imperfect human beings on the planet that we can think of. He loves them even so much, even if they don't know him. He loves them unconditionally. And also, if you have OCD like me, and you really think that performance-based Christianity is the way to go, please, there's a channel that I really love and really helps me. It's called Mark de Jesus, and he really talks about OCD and connects that to God and how it really distorts our faith. And I'm going to end this video with just the verse that is repeated 365 times in the Bible. So do not be afraid, and go in a new direction. Shift your focus to God's love. Shift your focus to Jesus' peace. Don't shift your focus on doing more, because Jesus doesn't want you that, and just shift your focus.